What's going on, everyone? This is Fighting Words with Kevin Shells. I'm Shells.
Kev, 8 Count Sports. 8 Count Sports is going on, bro.
I'm good. And what about yourself, man?
Everything great, man. Look, I'm getting ready. We got a Friday night fight night. Special attraction. Making some headlines. We started off this Friday on Netflix, Miami, Florida. The one, the only Jake Paul takes on his toughest test to date. An active, legitimate contender, former heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua. This is still in his prime, at least the back end of his prime. This is madness. What do you think of this fight?
This is if you were a hardcore old school boxing fan, this is what you call the ultimate battle of good versus evil. You have on one side Jake Paul, who I don't have this opinion, but many people still do have this opinion of him as making a mockery of the sport. Like he's making all these spectacle matches with former MMA retirees, YouTubers. Thus far, he only has fought one legit boxer, and lost that fight against Tommy Fury, Tyson Fury's younger brother. He's now stepped into the ring against who I dub the patron saint of boxing, the one who stopped the upward progression of Francis Ngannou, who before that many people believed he beat Tyson Fury, and it had a lot of people who dedicated their lives to the sport biting their nails as to say, like, what is going on with the sport where somebody could just walk in and knock out our best of our creme de la creme in the sport. And Anthony Joshua made ways of him and set things right again.
Baddest man on the planet.
Baddest man. Well, before then he was definitely considered the baddest man on the planet before then. Could he repeat this again and rid the boxing world of who many consider the class clown in Jake Paul? Or would Jake Paul shock the world and lay this man out? Could you imagine if Jake Paul laid Anthony Joshua out, bro?
What is it? Do you think it's possible? Do you think that's even possible? Can Jake Paul pull this off?
I mean, I'm gonna say this all the time, bro. When you walk into that ring, you always have that box of punches chance, bro. Like if I would say this, if Anthony Joshua walks in not at his best and think it's just a walk in the park, he's putting himself in danger. Only be in nothing to do with the skill set that Jake Paul has accumulated over these years in matches, which I think has improved since he first started. But just the fact that you're opening yourself up to that possibility when you pretend that it can't happen. So, could it happen? He has a puncher's chance. Is it likely to happen? I don't think so. This is Anthony Joshua we're talking about, like two-time heavyweight champ, bro. But at the same time, bro, Jake Paul might just shock the world. This is what we're watching. This is what we're here to see.
Is he gonna shock the world? Prediction time. Is he gonna shock the world? All I'm hearing is maybe, maybe not. You know what I mean? You're walking it back and you're walking forward. What are we doing, man? Are we juggling on a tightrope? What are we doing, man? Who you got?
I'm not betting against Anthony Joshua, bro. There's no way I'm coming here next week. You know what I'm saying? With a serious face, trying to explain to you why I picked Jake Paul and he lost and what I thought. Again, two-time heavyweight champ, the patron saint of boxing, a legit boxer, legit boxer, coming out of the amateurs, coming into the professionals. I was gonna say I think he beat up more than he could shoot Jake Paul, but I wouldn't even say that. What I would say is this though. There is way more pressure on Anthony Joshua because the consensus is if Jake Paul goes to Anthony Joshua, that's a moral victory for Jake Paul. Like they're expecting Jake Paul to be laid out the way Francis Ngannou was laid out. But here's the difference between Francis Ngannou and Jake Paul. Jake Paul is actually going to move around the ring. Jake Paul actually has footwork. Jake Paul is not relying on his punching power to make up for his lack of technical ability in the boxing ring. So this is a more dangerous opponent for Anthony Joshua than it was Francis Ngannou. I'm gonna say that, and Jake Paul is younger. Your age just factors into
You think
it.
he's more dangerous than Ngannou? Jake Paul?
In terms of skill set.
You think he's more skilled than Ngannou?
In the boxing ring? Yeah. I think he's when and the reason I'm bringing up Francis Ngannou so much in comparison to Jake Paul.
Because it's a sideshow. He ain't a legitimate fighter. A legitimate boxer. You don't see him as a legitimate boxer. Either of the two. Even though Ngannou damn near beat the heavyweight champion of the world. That did happen. That is 100%. What's going on, man? It's a knockout.
Ooh, nice.
Come on, what's going on? Like I'm not even getting. I feel I'm not even getting. You in a whole 2 minutes, and I'm like, I still ain't getting an answer.
Honestly, bro. I'm gonna say this. Jake Paul's going the distance. He doesn't seem like a fool to me. I don't see him standing in front of Anthony Joshua trying to go blow for blow with him. I think it's gonna be a lot of, I wouldn't say running around, but I think it's gonna be a lot of, I call it skirmishing boxing, which is you get in where you think you could get in, and before your opponent gets into his rhythm, you back out of it. A lot of grappling, a lot of holding. It's gonna be a lot of holding. I feel a lot of holding. If Jake Paul is in danger or there's any sign of danger, Jake Paul's gonna be holding on for his dear life on Anthony Joshua. I believe so. I believe if given opportunity, Anthony Joshua will definitely knock him out. But I don't think Jake Paul will give him that opportunity, bro.
Okay. I think it's gonna be something funky like a draw. Like a draw.
No. That is.
I think it'll be a draw. This is not. I see Jake Paul moving around the ring. I don't think he has. Oh, man, Joshua has a suspect chin. But I don't think Jake Paul. But Anthony Joshua is skilled. He's more skilled than Jake Paul. Jake Paul is skilled. I think that's the misconception. Everybody.
No.
You know, people get labels, and the label of Jake Paul is YouTuber, this, that, and the fifth. And he's a boxer too. You know, people think that guys can't, chew gum and walk at the same time. Like, no, guys can actually are good at more than one thing. Jake Paul can box. He can box. I don't see him knocking Anthony Joshua out unless Joshua for some reason didn't take this fight serious. But I think he will. They already have another fight lined up after this. This is a tune-up. So I think Joshua goes in there and he's too skilled. Anthony Joshua is too skilled to get beat by Jake Paul. I think he might walk Jake Paul into something. He might set a trap and walk him into something. But I think it'll be a something like a draw. Jake Paul will be running all night. I think Jake Paul will be running all night, and I think it's gonna be a hard fight to score. That's why I say a draw. It's not being safe. It's just I don't think it's gonna be a knockout. I don't think there's gonna be a knockout.
No. Wait. Let me tell you this right now. That is not a safe answer at all. That should have been an upset special. A draw?
Yeah.
If Anthony Joshua walks out not beating Jake Paul, whether he took a L or he had to take that draw, bruh, that's gonna be heroin. That's gonna be an immediate rematch, bro.
What? Draw? Not if it's a snooze fest. Not if Jake Paul is holding and running all day. No, that's not going to be an immediate rematch. An immediate rematch is if Jake Paul is putting it on him in any way, that's a rematch. Not if Jake Paul is holding and running and it goes to a decision. Like, no. People will be like, I don't want to see this again.